Hello, 你好. I'm Kyren Wilson. I first started playing English pool, which is 8-ball pool, so on a very small table, and I used to play a lot with my father, who used to go up our local pub and play pool every night. I played until I was about probably 6 years old, and from 6 years old I played Peter Ebden in a charity pool match and beat him, and Peter turned to my parents and said, Kyren, get Kyren into snooker. It's a much better game than pool, and I've played ever since I was 6 years old. At first, just spread the balls. It was tough because obviously I was still at school, so I had to do my homework, I had to do all my schoolwork, and my dad would take me at my local club a couple of times a week, so I only had an hour or two and just played frames against my dad, or just spread the balls and try and pot as many as possible. I just think I've always naturally wanted to play ever since I was 3 years old. I had a toy golf set as a baby, and instead of using it as a golf set, I turned it around and started cueing with it as if I was playing snooker. So I just think I've always been naturally born to play snooker, and when I was about 11 years old I was still playing football, still playing a bit of pool and a bit of snooker, and I had to choose, and from there I chose snooker, and ever since I've played nothing but snooker. I think it's a very addictive game. You're always sort of trying to strive to get better, and it's very, very challenging mentally and physically. So it's just an attractive game because I just feel like you can never reach a certain level. I think there's always room for improvement. I think lots of practice, lots of dedication. You have to keep on training as much as you can, and it's one of those games where if you don't play very often, you won't reach a very good level, so you have to keep practicing. I think you do have to have some natural talent. You have to be, have some sort of base. You can't just pick up a cue and all of a sudden, be a good player. You have to have some natural ability, but the core of the skills obviously comes from lots of hard work. My advice would be try and get a good coach early, because it's bad to practice the wrong things. So if you're doing something wrong from the start, you'll keep doing something wrong for the future. So for me, Barry Stark was a big influence on me, very good snooker coach, and from a young age I was trying to do the right things, and I keep trying to do the right things now. My cue action. For me, I try and use the right foot, and I try and get the line of the shot. So I always walk in with my right foot and then get solid base. So I always feel like this. Okay. All of this has to be on line, all in one line.
Yeah.
And then for me, I work on straight lines. So when I'm cueing, I try and go straight. And then I hold a pause at the white ball, and that aids my concentration. So I hold, come back, hold, and hit when I'm ready.
Okay.
That's my cue action. Not very good.